The owner of Ductz of Mid-Michigan and HomeSteady, Doug Warren. Hi, Doug.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys? Good, thank you.
I'm surrounded by parents of middle school track champions from last night.
Gosh.
You had a winner last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Doug's daughter is quite the long jumper, and when I say quite the long jumper, I mean she's already better than her father ever was at the event. Which isn't bad, though, because she's really good.
So your daughter won the long jump,
She did, yeah.
and your daughter won the high jump.
And our next guest, Pat Soul, his son, won the 2-mile.
Yeah.
Future's bright.
It is, yes.
But it's fun, and I know you coached track at Hanover Horton for so many years, and
Yeah.
you ran track. What's it like out there watching your 7th grader? I know you have an older daughter who runs at Spring Arbor.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, I loved coaching. I actually went out and helped out the jumpers the other day at the middle school jumpers at Lumen Christi, and it kind of brings back memories, kind of makes you miss it a little bit. But it's so much fun. And Chrissy, who's my middle child, she's got an advantage because she watched her older sister Katie jump through high school. Now she's jumping in college, and so she's measuring herself against her. And so now she's actually out-jumped her in middle school as a 7th grader. So of course she's got bragging rights around the house now. And Katie's like, well, let's see what you do in high school. See if you're jumping 17 feet, and it's fun.
Competition is good.
Yeah, it is.
The manager of HomeSteady, Travis Wiley, he was a big sports star at Western High School in his day.
Yep.
And he's great at HomeSteady. We've had him here.
Oh
many
yeah,
times.
yeah. You really and talk about Ductz too. You've really you've hired great general managers that are just great members of this community.
Yeah.
And really doing a great job. Speak to those guys a little bit.
Well, it's funny because both the guys are high quality guys, and so what I do is when I identify a guy that I think would be a good fit, the last thing I do is I show them we have a golf simulator at the office. And so I always ask them during the interview process, I said, are you guys golfers? And so I know if they find out they're golfers, I got them, right? They're gonna come in because I said, hey, on Fridays we knock off early sometimes, or during the Masters or for the majors we'll go back there and we'll swing the golf clubs. And so both Jamie Hinkle, who runs Ductz, and Travis Wiley, who runs HomeSteady, are avid golfers. And so as soon as they saw the sim room, they're like, oh, we're in. They had to take the job.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a neat perk.
It is.
It is, yeah.
It is a neat. It's just a nice perk of being Doug's friend too. You can kind of call him up and say, hey, let's play some golf.
Yeah. Pebble Beach.
That's right. You can play Pebble Beach anytime.
Yeah, so we've had Ductz of Mid-Michigan clean our ducts here.
Yeah.
And we noticed right away, it was like, wow, it just smells fresh and clean. And this building is over 160 years old. So
Yes,
there's a lot that probably had to be blown out of here. But it's amazing how much it can change, particularly you think about all the people with allergy issues.
Yeah.
Does the ducts and the duct cleaning, does that?
It does, and it's actually the reason I got into the industry, believe it or not. I went to college to be a teacher, and I graduated from that, and my wife and I had purchased our first home, our starter home, but it was a new build. It was an inexpensive home over in Spring Arbor, and my wife just kept sneezing and coughing. She has respiratory issues and asthma. And I'm like, what is going on? It's a brand new house. What's going on? So I'm nervous. We're young. We're pretty young back then, and I had no idea what was going on. And I called my buddy Josh, who actually worked for Ductz corporate, and he says, well, have you ever had the ducts cleaned? I'm like, is that a thing?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah. And so he came out and they put cameras down inside the system, and the builders had just kind of like put everything that was supposed to have been picked up into the ducts, and so they swept everything in there, and so
nails and wood.
You wouldn't believe it. It was full, and so we cleaned the duct system out, and then it was miraculous. After that, she stopped coughing and sneezing, and I said, there's something to this. And I did some market research, and we didn't really have companies here in Jackson providing that type of service, and we're actually the only local contractor who holds a mechanical contractor's license who only cleans duct systems.
Right.
There's a lot of guys who do carpet cleaning and they do that stuff on the side, but this is all we do.
I was going to say, you see some kind of fly-by-night pop-ups on the internet, out-of-town places, but the benefit to working with you guys, like you said, you have your mechanical contractor's license, you're local, and you know the people you work with, and you guys do a great job. You're not just coming in trying to make a quick buck like these out-of-town guys.
Right, yeah. We've been in business for 15 years now. You know, we guarantee our work. We take before and after photos. It's all local. All of our employees are, we got a bunch of kids who, that work for us. I call them kids, but 20-something-year-olds, like Michigan Center kids. We've had Hannibal Horton kids, It's a lot of fun. Same thing with HomeSteady, local guys working for us.
I want to mention the dryer vent cleaning. That was something I was kind of ignorant to until I met you. And if you have not had your dryer vent cleaned, that's one of the simplest things you can do to prevent really fires.
Yeah, and it's not something you really ever think about until you have a problem with it, right? And so, yeah, it's something that's recommended you have done annually. We'll come out, we'll do a professional inspection of it. We'll disconnect it from the back of the dryer, clean out the back of the dryer. And then we'll run a long flexible rod down through the ductwork, through that line, and we'll knock all that dirt and debris out. We're actually doing a large complex up in Howell this week. And so multiple units, several buildings, hundreds of units where we're going in there and cleaning out their vents for them. And, because it is a concern. It is a concern.
Yeah. Breathe easier.
Yeah.
Well, Doug mentioned supporting the community and local people by hiring people from several locations in our community. And another way you support is the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Yeah.
And here on JTV, Ductz of Mid-Michigan honors a Scholar Athlete each week. And we appreciate you being our sponsor and heading up that program here.
Yeah, it brings a lot of satisfaction. It's so much fun to get out and meet the kids.
Yeah.
And just hear about their backgrounds, what they plan on doing after high school, and a lot of them you run into like, I know your parents, and it's just it's Jackson is such a cool little tight knit community, right? And so you get to you interview these kids from all the different school districts, and you're like, I went to school with your dad, and I know your uncle, and it's just a lot of fun. Yeah,
this year we were able to honor 22 Scholar Athletes from Jackson County, thanks to Doug and his partnership. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for that, and thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
See you on the golf course or the track meet?
Yes, track meet right now.
Or in the simulator.
Or in the simulator, yes, for sure.
From Ductz of Mid-Michigan and HomeSteady, Doug Warren. More of the morning show after this.